A shed update, and I'm going to show you the damnedest thing I've ever encountered. I was vacuum forming here in the house, and I had to cut up some longer 2x4s to hold the tray. And I keep the oven pretty darn clean. I may do a video on the oven just to show you how clean it is, but there shouldn't be nothing in there to cause it to smoke or nothing to drip on it. But these 2x4s here actually look like something dripped on them, but it didn't. I think it came from the 2x4 itself. It's crazy. It just smoked the entire house. Of course, it was even starting to burn them for some reason. I've never had that happen to me on a piece of wood, so who knows why that caused that. But anyway, I cheat now. I use actually loaf pans now for risers for the when you stick the vacuum form tray in it. But that's just nuts. I have no idea what that is. So they came out here, and they'll probably be pitched very, very soon. But that's just something that's just totally odd. But a shed update, and we're not going to add any new models today because always got to shut the door. Don't like intruders. Not going to add not adding any model kits because well, let me get here. That's yeah, that's big lots. That's all my hobby store receipts, which is basically layaways, glues, paints, you name it. You know, and I usually have about 10 or 12 receipts. So anyway, that's usually my hobby store run most of the time. But anyway, we're going to talk about the Proteus. And first off, I did do one conversion for it, and this will be available at where's my little sign at? There it is, at bradhairproductions.com in the store section, and these will be $5 or $7. I can't remember what the 2-pack ones are called, but anyway, that's what it's going to cost. It's going to be 2 sheets. They're both mirrored, and all you do, the Proteus doesn't come with any landing gears, so I did some vacuum form ones. You can glue them together, and I did epoxy inside of them because I didn't really just need to fill them too much. But they do hold the weight, so no big deal. Now, if you use like in a you know, humid, if it's out here, you know, it may not. But anyway, if it's just in the house and taking the shows, it'll hold it just fine. So no big deal on that. They do fit well. And very little cleanup. If you you kind of have to overlap them and a little bit of putty or epoxy sculpt to smooth them out, and you're done. You do have to cut off the landing gear circles. Basically, I always like to say you're cutting up a $100 kit. But anyway, there is that. These will be available at Brad Hair Productions in the store section. .com. So there is that. Also on the Proteus in the aftermarket business, I did a miniaturization base, and this is a reject one that I screwed up on. It's actually the first one I did, so you always got to learn from your first one. But anyway, it's 15 inches diameter, and I forgot to bring my measuring stick. I got anything in here that's close to a measuring stick? Well, that's 15 inches. I know that. So there you go. 15-inch diameter all the way around. It's got the hexagons. It's just basically a generic base. It's vacuum formed in 20,000 styrene, which is very thin, but it's only 1/8 of an inch thick, and that way when you cut it out, it'll still be very durable and supportive of your model kit when you put the Proteus on there, because you'll basically have to get you a either a wood base 15-inch diameter. You'll be able to get you a you get thicker styrene, 80 thousandths maybe, have that trimmed out. There's a wood company called the Woodpeckers. They got 15-inch circles. You can actually glue it on there, and all you gotta do is basically, I recommend putting like a wash on it just to get the hexagon pattern. Wipe it off, bam, done. And you can, I wouldn't recommend lighting it. I say you can. It is thin enough. You might be able to. You might be able to do it to get the right, you know, amber glow from the movie. It might work out. But anyway, it's just a great generic base for the Proteus. So I wanted to share that. And these will probably be available at my place, but it will be after. It will be at Cult TV Man. And I have a Cult TV Man advertisement somewhere. I do. No, I don't. Yeah, I do. Be at culttvman.com in his shop section. Price, I don't know. You'll just have to go and scope it out. So that's where they'll be, and they've already been shipped off, so they will be available very, very soon. One more thing, and I did this about 10 years ago, maybe 15. This is a 1000 self-destruct one, and I've done conversion kits before, and I've helped out. You know, I've done parts with people on conversion parts. This is the one I did personally that I mass produced, and I mean I made thousands of these. I just I bet I went through like 5 or 6 molds, just you know, molding 100 of them and burn a mold, had to get rid of it and get a new mold, and that was it was a very fun kit to do. I even built one, painted one myself, and who knows, I think it's probably in the attic in the in one of the built up model totes out there. But anyway, I am going to revisit this, and I'm going to remold this. I'm actually going to make 2 halves. I want to make a vacuum form kit out of it. I thought I'd try that again. Bring this one out of retirement, and it won't have the big pour plug on there. The reason it has a big pour plug, because I was like China. I was trying to mass produce the bejeebus out of it. I mean, it just was crazy how much in demand this thing was. But anyway, got that. I'm going to have that up next. I want to mold that a couple days here, and we'll do a little vacuum form kit, and it will be for do I have one handy? Surely I do. It'll be for the 1000, or I like to call it the 1K refit enterprise, and basically you just need to have that kit, put my saucer on it, and bam, you got yourself a Star Trek 3 self-destruct model. And I may do it. I gotta go digging around. I got the Reliant destroyed one for the 1000. Where's the bigger kit? Let's go over here. Y'all got nothing better to do. Surely I got a Reliant somewhere. What? That's probably buried. But anyway, the Reliant that's about that size. I got a self-destruct, or I like to call it the Matara Nebula version. I may do a vacuum form kit of that. That was my other one that went awfully quick too, so I may do that. So who knows? We'll just see whatever time permits. But anyway, that's a quick shed update. It really ain't nothing historically modeled. I've been out here basically trying to. You can see where my. You can actually see my step stool now, which I kind of had to move some of it over there, and I had to. I'm starting to rearrange a little bit my bare pile, and my animated section's getting a little deal full. I got to pull out a little bit more and rearrange, shove in, and see how well I could stack models. It's like model Tetris, you know. That's the way we like to play here. And I had to come out here because one thing bad about models, and that is model kits like to lean forward. I don't care how well you stack them, they always want to go forward. It's the most damnedest thing you'll ever see. And you think you're in there good and tight, and you come out here next week and they're almost coming out it's just crazy. But anyway, that's just the thing about my. But anyway, I'm not adding anything in the art, but we are discussing the Proteus and the Proteus base. I have no idea what fancy name it's going to have. You know, either a fantastic base, a voyage base, Proteus base, explorer base. Who knows? I always like the odd names that they give for stuff that, you know, to avoid the copyright thing. And I always like to talk about the vacuum formed landing gear for the Proteus. And probably very soon we'll do a self-destruct 1000 vacuum form kit, which will come very soon. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today, so stay tuned for the next exciting episode.